So the camera just started recording on its own. I'm in a new area of the park from where I'm usually in. But y'all gotta look at this view. My other spot don't have this view. It's full of so much brush in front of it, but this view of the water is really beautiful. I just like my other spot because it's more secluded, but I think I might have to start being in this area. I don't like people watching me. And this may be TMI. I'm trying to straighten out my little mat here. It's TMI. I don't even want to say what I'm about to say and why I didn't sit where I usually sit. All I know is I can't unsee it. I'm tempted to go take a picture of it. Because, like, I didn't even know that was possible. Oh my gosh. But I also feel like I'm witnessing a sad moment. Y'all. Because it's looking like a lot of people just got put out of their home. And I know it's because of this is kind of like prime real estate with being next to this water, a park with the water. And they're ready to tear down and make more money. That place has been there for a while, but nevertheless, send good energy, right? But as we get into the read, a shift, let's get to what we came here for, right? We have victory. Okay. Things may bottom of the deck is obsessed with you. You may have some people obsessed with you. In this victory that you are, I look up, there's a beautiful hawk just majestically gliding in the sky. We have Ogun here, okay, who is obliterating obstacles. Ogun is associated with the skeletal muscles and the bones as well. We have you are a being completely embraced by divine perfection, protection, and are a channel for the divine. Okay. Spirits that you've been victorious over any obstacles that's been set in your way. You are obliterating those obstacles. And you will be victorious, and you are victorious. You are completely embraced by divine perfection, protection, and you are a channel for the divine. Fuck. You are a fly motherfucker, and you gotta understand that. You gotta know that, and I feel like we are knowing that now. I gotta tell you, the last few days been kind of tough for me. But Spirit says, hand it over. Says you're doing all the work, delegated. Spirit says, give me that. Let me carry that for you. You've carried this burden for long enough. You've been battling this obstacle for long enough. We're obliterating through this. And I'm also carrying all those burdens that I'll take that. Give me that. Spirit says you model emotional healing for those who are ready to receive it. Don't let society steal your superpower. You are a model for emotional healing. You are emotionally intelligent. You are handling these obstacles and traps and all the shit people try to throw in your way to distract you, to try to capture you back into their web of lies and deceit, of just using you for your good energy by way of sex, just your attention, conversation, just being around you in your aura and just siphoning that. You're being released from these immature ass people. You gotta understand, no matter how old they are, they're still immature as fuck. Emotionally, especially. Exactly, look. These motherfuckers have an emotional block. Like this card says, energy vampires. Like I said, they've been trying to drain your energy. But you are awakening to the point where you are seeing through their bullshit. You're seeing through the bullshit. And you're tapping into your inner peace. You're no longer allowing these people access to your energy anymore. And these people are going to be throwing temper tantrums because the banana in the tailpipe ain't working no more. And they no longer have a hold over you, and they know it. These people know it, they feel it. With the last conversation you may have had with them, because you're tired of doing things out of integrity. You're trying to give these people time to, and the opportunity to get their life right. Like, if you really want me, get rid of all this other stuff around you. Get rid of all the extracurricular activities and all the, I really do feel like you were sent to help heal this person, to free them. They took your energy, got better. You were able to pull them out of their depression with your energy and your love. They got better. It ran off. And ran off and left you depleted. They sucked all your energy, got better, and left you depleted. Every chance they got, they left you depleted. But Spirit says that's done with and that's over. You are going to be victorious this time. Because you are releasing these people. You're tapping into your spirituality. You're grounding yourself, centering yourself. And you are being completely embraced by divine perfection, divine protection. And you will be used as a channel for the divine, no matter what the fuck these people, no matter what the fuck narratives these people try to say about you. Even though you were the one that healed them, they may go around to other people and talk cash money shit about you because you in this energy of the tortoise in the hare. Okay, slow and steady wins the race. You may not be where most people or society says you should be in your life, or they don't, just because the journey you take don't look familiar to anything that they've done, it gotta be wrong, or there has to be something wrong with you. There's been so much judgment passed on you. But again, you're going to be victorious. Look, it takes bravery to go the journey and the route that you went. It takes bravery to go against the grain and to not succumb to other people's expectations, to not succumb to the expectations of society. Since you're being asked to make a tough decision that you've been putting off because of fear, which is understandable. But you do have the strength and bravery it takes to make this decision. And you will feel so much lighter when you do. And again, this is, choosing your journey, but also releasing set people. Because just as you were powerful, they were powerful too. And they did have you in their web. You were stuck, good and stuck. And hell, you probably still unsure if you are unstuck or not. It's hard. But I feel like you have made the decision. Because there's been many times before where you said, I'm done, but go back. And so maybe you're afraid. And maybe you're a little fear that, yeah, I said I'm done, and I've really said some stuff to where this person really is releasing me, but at the same time, it's necessary. It has to happen. And you're going to soar, because again, you're like the bravery card says, you can make this decision and you're going to feel so much lighter when you do. And I feel like we've come to that point. And that's the reason why victory was the first card out here. Your ancestors are letting you know, like, yes, you are done. You're done this time. Like, for real, for real. And you're about to soar. Okay, since you've been asked to stop dimming your own light. Period. And you've been dimming your light. You know you have. But, you got to understand that everything is in divine timing as well. This person showed up on your journey because it was necessary for your growth in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So we're not in the energy of woe is me. We deal with it. We allow ourselves to feel the feelings, to cry, to grieve. But we get back up. And we will always get back up. And that confuses a lot of motherfuckers. Because they're so used to, like really breaking a motherfucker down. But you refuse to stay down. You refuse to succumb. And it's painful to think that these people know exactly what they're doing. It's painful to think that these people really absolutely don't care. They see it as a game, to make you fall in love with them and then pull their energy back. It's a game for them. They don't even understand how evil and maniacal it is, how disconnected they are. It's time for you to come out of the shadows and let your authentic self soar. Fly high, dear one. You have your wings. Your angel wings have been bestowed. It's time for you to fly. Exactly. You got a fresh start here. And I know it can be scary. Since you're being given the opportunity to begin again. Allow yourself to embrace this new life. Remember, you're completely embraced by divine perfection and protection. And you are a channel for the divine. Release and surrender. Just surrender to the present moment and allow things to unfold. Just be present. Yes, your heart is broken. It may ache. right now because of situations that you thought were really true turning out to be just, you were just a notch on their belt and something to do, something for them to use to entertain, to distract themselves from the miserable life that they have and the internal turmoil that they're constantly in. When they're around you, they're free from that, and they use you until they're strong enough to go out on their own, and then they go give all that good energy out to someone else, and then come back to you to drain you, and just until you become a drug addict or something. It's like they want to hurt you until they drain you completely, until you completely give up on life and become a drug addict. And then they're like, oh, whatever, well, I always knew they wasn't about shit or whatever, but they were the catalyst to that. But you're not one that's going to allow yourself to stay down and to succumb to that. They wanted you to become bitter, but you're not becoming bitter, you're becoming better. Allow yourself to embrace this new life and open up fully to this gift that you've been given. This is a beautiful, fresh start, so allow yourself to fully embrace it. You know? Victory. You've won. No matter what, you've won. Even if this person chose someone over you, you've still won. Even if this person never showed you how special you are, you've won. So bottom of the deck is take a chance. But the last card in this read is take the high road. Okay, and that's coming out next to the immature and emotional block card. You walking away, soaring, flying, not allowing these people to be a part of your fresh start. It may have these people throwing temper tantrums. You know what I'm saying? But and acting a fool. But Spirit says when that happens, make sure you take the high road. Don't go into explaining yourself. I recently did. If someone, wanted to they were on some bullshit pretty much. And I didn't get mad, but I think I got a little bit firm in my voice. And this motherfucker had me going back and recanting the story and like, it don't even fucking matter. Just get away from me. Just leave me the fuck alone. Just continue to stay gone. It's done. You haven't grown with this immature and emotional block. And I feel like it's time for us to put up an emotional block to these immature ass people. And energies and entities. I feel like our discernment is going to be on fleek to where we're going to be able to, or it's not even that. I feel like our intuition have always been strong. It's just we've had such a heart of love and felt like we just want to help everybody. But again, just like the saving humanity card that's in this deck, it's like you got to stop imposing yourself in other people's battles. You got to let them fight it for themselves. And oh my gosh, big ass spider. Go away. Oh my gosh. And that's the reason why you allowed yourself to be so vulnerable with these people. It's because you really wanted to see them heal, and you have the ability to heal, but they have to want it too. They have to be in a space where they can receive the healing. Understand the spiritual principles, agree with them, and put them into practice. But if they're not at that point to where they are ready to receive your healing, then it's going to be just all for nothing. No matter how hard you try, no matter how much truth you have, it's not going to stick. It's not going to work. It's going to go through one ear and out the other. So the card we have here is 29, which is the energy of a portal. And this is the hive mind. Right? And so you need to connect with people that is part of your soul family. Everybody's not part of your soul family, no matter how hard you want them to be, no matter how much you try to lead by example. They're not part of your soul family. It says to evolve and survive, we must embrace the group, embrace group consciousness and construct in a constructive and harmonious. Oh my gosh, there go that damn spider again. I'm sorry, you just gonna have to die, sir. Because you don't want to stay your fuck away. And you're not gonna be hopping on me. I'm sorry. He had to go. I swept them off the first time. And I know that's just gonna do nothing but probably call more spiders over. I hope not. We'll cross the bridge when we get there. It says community-oriented structure, power of the whole, attachment, and ego is destroying us. The community level helps you. When does it start? I don't know how I wrote this on this card. But again, you have to find your soul family in the community that is in alignment with you. Yes, we're all one, but at the same time, we got to let the dead bury the dead. And these other people are attached to their ego. They're operating from an ego-based space versus a love-based space, and that is destroying humanity. And you have to separate yourself. You have to separate yourself. This connection helps you bring needed change and awareness to your life and the planet. And I feel like you're going to be connecting to your soul family at the end of the day. You're going to find your community. It says attachment to individuality and ego is destroying us. Now, I know I am one for individuation, finding your own individual truth. But I do feel like there's a way that we should be able to embrace, that consciousness in a constructive and harmonious way. And I feel like that's what everyone in your soul family they're going to have their own individual, but they're going to be open. They're not going to judge you for your beliefs. And you're not going to judge them for their beliefs, because ultimately at the end of the day, we're all, if they're part of the soul family, they're operating in a from a love-based space. That's the most important thing. Are you operating from a love-based space or an ego-based space? Because the latter is not gonna vibe with my energy, because you're not gonna be, there's not gonna be any reciprocity there. You're just gonna be taking. I'm not doing that. We're not doing that no more. So we have forgiveness and gratitude. You need to forgive yourself for allowing people to hurt you. And have gratitude for the lessons that you've learned, because it's brought you to this portal point of death and rebirth, and you're about to step into your earth angel leadership role, and you're about to fly, you're about to soar victoriously. Okay, it says, through though more intelligent, they're talking about the dolphins. This is the Cetacean dolphin cosmic community, and it says they're talking about the dolphins, and it could be talking about you. You may be embodying, you may be a descendant from this community, cosmic community. Though more intelligent, still seen as animals hunted and killed, yet the dolphin consciousness not only forgive but see as aspects of the Creator. I kind of really needed this, because I do feel like I resonate with this. I feel like a lot of the collective, they're way more emotionally intelligent, maybe even logically more intelligent in so many ways, yet people still see you as nothing, because you don't go or live in regards to the hive mind of being ego based, and you're haunted, and people are drawn to you to take from you and to drain you, until you're nothing but a shell, which is equivalent to being killed. Okay, even though they're more intelligent, they're still seen as animals hunted and killed, yet dolphin consciousness not only forgive but see as an aspect of the Creator. And I feel like with you being love-based, you forgive these people. Like, your heart, your empathy, you're so much of an empath. It doesn't matter how bad a person treats you, you see deeper. You see that hurt inner child. You see why this person may have done what they've done. And so that's part of the reason why you stay and try to be patient with this person. But that's just the God in you. And it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's nothing to allow people to guilt you for. Continue to take the high road. It says you're at an impasse with a relationship or situation. It's now time to think bigger, release desired outcomes, and take the most positive course of action. And I feel like that's the toughest part to do, is release the desired outcome. Releasing that desired outcome. These people are master manipulators. And hell, you may still feel like, because there's nothing that, the thing is, I guess you could say the fucked up thing is, it's like it wasn't nothing, there was nothing that was blatantly done. It's so subtle. And that's why you've been so confused. Man, that shit is evil. It's so subtle. Like, just keep it a buck. It says doing so allows you to see the bigger picture and not polarize yourself as a victim, or polarize the situation as victim or perpetrator. It says the lessons enhance spiritual growth. Be grateful, joyful, I guess it says be grateful for them, be rooted in the now, do not hold on to pains of the past or worries of the future. Be joyful and in a fully present state right now. Don't hold a grudge, but joyfully interact with the offender. Joy and love of the present moment, non-attachment, healing and growth. Again, gratitude for the lessons learned. This is a hard energy to embody, but I feel like I embrace it in a way, because that's definitely how I've been handling the situation. You know, it's just okay. I see it for what it is, and I'm gonna move forward. And hopefully I can really move forward this time. Learn the lessons and act accordingly. It says imbalance in the positive polarity. It says write about them. I don't know what that is. Oh, it says face and embrace it in meditation. Push away negative, only acknowledge the positive. Unprocessed. I don't know what kind of bug that was. Unprocessed emotions create disease. So I feel like we're not just in the positive energy, you know, because there's an imbalance. If you try to stay in the positive and ignore the negative and push it away, that only leaves unprocessed emotions, which will create disease within your body. I feel like we are in that energy of integration and in that paradox energy where we see things as not good or bad, but just more or less aligned. And again, we have to forgive ourselves for allowing certain situations that are not aligned with us to come in. And at the same time, it's just, you know, we took a chance on something, and there was a lesson that we needed to learn within that. I don't feel like there was anything just wrong with even you taking a chance for something that's not aligned with you, because again, we're all one, and we should be able to interact with people that operate differently. It's just that we need to make sure we don't allow ourselves to allow their low vibrational energy to rub off on us. That's where 9 times out of 10, that's where we got caught up. We started out in integrity, but then at some point we allowed that integrity to fall away in hopes. It really doesn't matter. We allowed it. There was red flags that we overlooked, and we continue to overlook it. And each time we continue to overlook it, each time we indulged in something that was out of alignment with the reality of things, we dug ourselves deeper, and we have to take that accountability. And we have to forgive ourselves. The other person was just doing what they do. So stay connected to your emotions. Don't push them away. You'll have a happy and healthier life. And you got to take the high road. It takes bravery to accept accountability. Bottom of the deck, we have arrogance here. And maybe you were arrogant in your attempts to stay around in this situation that was not in alignment with who you know you were supposed to be. And so there may have been a hint of arrogance. You gotta understand that you a fly ass motherfucker, but you can't get too arrogant with that shit either. It says, are others' arrogance affecting you? It says, access strong, confident energy in a balanced way. And you need that. And again, you need to access strong, confident energy in a balanced way, not arrogant, not in an arrogant way. It says, keep personal boundaries intact. And that's the thing. You didn't keep your personal boundaries intact. You succumb to some ego ass shit, to that ego based shit, and that's the reason why you got this heartache and heartbreak and that's why you experienced the pain. It says, teach people how to treat you through actions and non-actions. You need to have balance from a place of loving kindness. And so the victory, I feel, is in you seeing the error of your ways, taking accountability. The victory is you being able to pull yourself out of that trance that you were in. The victory is you being able to release the desired outcome. Okay? Release the ego and just be fully present in the moment. Because it's time for you to fly high, dear one. You've been held down long enough. You've been dimming your light, playing these immature ass games with these people for long enough. You stooped down to their level for long enough, lowered your vibration long enough. It's time for you to take your power back. Forgive yourself. Be grateful for the lessons learned. And become a magnet for your soul family. Okay? And it's time for you to come out of the shadows. You let yourself, like I said, go into this lower vibration. And it did you no favors. This lower vibration affected your confidence. But the temptation, the devil knows how to tempt you. So don't be too hard on yourself. Because those negative entities that want to be able to attach to you, they know your weakness, and maybe they came to you through love. It snuck in through love. It was not like you never had bad intentions. But at the same time, you allow things that shouldn't have been allowed. So it's time to just process all of that, let it flow through and out of you into Mother Earth. Allow her to transmute it, allow it to flow through you. And as you being an ascended master and an alchemist, it's time for you to take all that energy in, those emotions, those thoughts, those feelings, and to alchemize it. Okay? And release it. and take the most positive course of action forward. Okay? So I'm gonna end it right there. I don't even know if I'm gonna put this out. This may just stay in the archives, but if it does make it out, I love you all. And until next time, peace. Next time, don't matter.